one of these days, you're gonna be able to keep up with me for longer than like 2 seconds, and that day is gonna be glorious. So I definitely feel like the cat and mouse game that we're going to see is Exander chasing Rikuto, though Exander doesn't necessarily have to play that role if he doesn't want to. It just tends to be what happens when you play against Rikuto. Oof, okay.
Aims the whip on right in front of his face.
Oh.
Gonna go.
Okay, well. Maybe lag was involved
Whoa.
there, but yeah.
Apple Boom donated $40. Damn.
I would imagine that we're going to see quite a lot of potential grab attempts via crouch into wall rising aid. Maybe potentially some of these strings that end in highs as well. But we're not really going to get to see a whole lot if what Exander decides to do for this round is just eat his life bar.
Lethal hit bear hug. Pretty good horizontal mid. And I heard they made the hitbox bigger on that too. So could be why we're seeing a lot more of that from Rikuto.
Lethal hit bear hug is a good name for a band.
Dude, I'll join that.
Astaroth already with a bar. It's a real shame. Yeah. So there's a little bit of an issue that we're seeing is that Astaroth's vortex is doing a little bit better than I think it should. It seems like Exander is always trying to step once he sees that Astaroth 6A is happening, which is in turn giving Astaroth 2nd A the attack throw, and then when he does end up blocking it, okay, so we ended up blocking the full string that time. Wow, that hitbox. It's good that Exander was adapting that quickly, but I still feel like ducking is still not a bad idea. I don't really know why we're seeing it so rarely.
Yeah, seeing a lack of twitch ducks from Exander, like you said, but now we're not going to fall for these frame traps or super frame traps anymore. Good DI from Exander, getting so much damage. Good sidestep for Exander, getting the whip punishes. Very good looking round for Exander.
Yeah, the problem is, if Rikuto ends up seeing that those frame traps aren't really working anymore, then he's not going to go to unsafe stuff, and he's just either going to continue to do the strings over and over again, or he's finally going to go for a grab. And I can't see why he wouldn't grab at this point, because Exander's not really ducking.
Yeah, not really ducking, but that's a good boomer from Exander, taking advantage of the wall, getting the mix-ups, but that's going to be no punish for Rikuto. Actually not sure what he can get from that situation. Don't know.
Yeah, no idea. Oh, no. Oh, no, the second one doesn't work, actually, even when you get hit by the first.
And there's your duck. Could have got caught by the crouch grab, but Rikuto committed to the high grab instead. Exander getting full punish, but it looks like it's going to be Rikuto this time, getting the bull rush, getting the 2A, and getting the game 1.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid idea to be running at your 3 times their size and you have armor on. So it's a pretty neutrally kind of stage. Outside of the hiccup in the first round, the stage didn't really come into play all that much. I feel like there's a chance that Exander will still change the stage if only to get something potentially smaller, and I think he would appreciate something that's smaller.
Welcome to the
I agree, something smaller and still having walls, so something like the forest or maybe even the Inferno stage.
Or maybe the Dark Forest.
Or maybe the new Samurai Showdown stage. I mean, it has really weird walls, but okay, so a little bit of best of both worlds. It still has walls, but Ringouts will come into play. I know SC players really love having opportunities to do sidestep 3D, but Rikuto is throwing out a lot of buttons where it's basically just kind of not letting Exander move around too freely.
So Exander is starting off this round as about as smart as possible, doing the BBB to get away from the arm into the lethal hit 2-2K, and that was really cool. Alright, now we're seeing the grabs. We didn't see like any command grab even attempts. Oh no.
Make up subsession. Rikuto, man, just getting another command through, so much damage, has a life lead, has Oki, plus frame, all day, trying to mash against my plus frames. Rikuto punished them hard for it.
Well, it looked like it, especially in that last section. It looked like he just tried to like duck.
Yeah, he definitely got the counter hit, so he gets the button.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess he went to duck into wall rising A.
Yeah, it might have been rising A and then, but just slamming a 6B, like Exander is not.
Oh no, he got a jump. I can't imagine that's what he wanted.
Tried to go for the GI there. No, okay. Slows down this weird Beyblade thing.
I appreciate the fact that Rikuto saw how that first round went, and noticed that Exander doesn't necessarily seem all that comfortable in this kind of situation, so now he's just throwing out the most obnoxious stuff that Astaroth potentially has, to see if he can just win out this game through character ignorance.
Good CE punish from Exander. We'll see if Rikuto does indeed keep busting out the Astaroth jank, the Astaroth tricks that Exander may not be too comfortable in dealing with, but so far Exander is not letting him get much going on as he feels like pushing his plus frames, getting more whiff punishes. Rikuto, great twitch stuff from Exander. We want him to do that from game 1. It's like he's doing a little bit more. Looking for perfect, but Rikuto's playing a character that can just delete you in 2 hits, so that's 1.
And
that's a ring out.
Oh man, oh man.
Oh shit.
Oh, Exander.
What a heartbreaker.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one for him to eat. But what can you do?
Yeah, that's it has to be a mental blow, so we'll see if Exander can just like summon the strength to just keep fighting, try to bring this back.
He's gonna go off the wall. Doesn't get his punish, but he gets a punish off of the second whip into a tech trap. This is gonna more than even out the, I mean, significantly more than gets it for the last teeny tiny bit of his soul charge, gets that hit. But the problem is, Rikuto has 2 full bars. He's gonna get another one at the end of this round too, assuming that it goes the distance. And that's about as much damage as Cervantes got on that combo.
Probably misses opportunity for a whip punish that could cost them, but get the lucky rising A. A little bit more damage, not enough to kill, but he just needs another chance, but it's really close between these 2 competitors. Playing the neutral game, a raw A slide B, he could have died for that, but luckily it landed.
Could he have though? It's Astaroth, we're not talking about strong block punishment, right?
Oh, that's true, but that leaves like a command throw attempt.
A command throw attempt.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, just nothing free there.
Astaroth
Right.
specifically, I think it might be okay. Yeah.
A side B, nice working. Yeah, could have just been an A side B.
Man, Exander has not been able to even get him to block the A6s. His soul charges have been wholeheartedly ineffective. Rikuto still has his, but he ends up getting hit by the duck. I'm assuming that we're going to see the activation pretty quickly.
Okay, very scary situation for Exander. But
oh, he
lands
got
a 3 people
hit.
Face, wasting
that's
so
the
much
game.
life, so much of his soul charge. Exander just makes a comeback.
Yeah, that move is pretty good in season 2. What was that 3B plus K? I think it is.
Yeah, 3B plus K. You know, a lot of range, good damage, great for added whip punish. Pool.
Great on block too, and gets like that spacing. Plus, it adds to the lethal hit and gives you the lethal hit in and of itself.
Yeah, absolutely, and I like that Exander didn't play too scared because when Rikuto got like soul charge, Exander just kind of got a sense of his timing, was able to just time this 3 plus K, being able to get the counter hits, and basically just kind of beating Rikuto on the draw because you know we both know that Astaroth doesn't have like the fastest button, so it was very, very good stuff from Exander. Just like space him out and just do 3 plus K when he thinks that Astaroth was just gonna let go of a button.
It seems like sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I was on.
It seems like for the most part, and Exander has been seeing situations where anytime he allows himself to kind of get into a situation like this, he's simply not able to figure out what Rikuto's trying to do, and he ends up getting mollywopped and snowballed to the point where the round is kind of effectively over, right? Oh, okay. So what Exander has decided to do is that good defense is a good offense, and so he just wants to go in as much as he can rather than being scared and trying to like whip punish his opponent and just kind of beat him out this way.
Yeah, can't do command throws when you're pushing buttons in space, huh?
I mean, you could. It won't work though.
Well, like you said, good defense is a good offense. Still slamming those 3 plus Ks into his face. Rikuto not doing much to respond.
It's not really many ways that Astaroth can respond, other than just continuing his game plan of these command grabs, which SCVI does get a pretty hefty punish for.
Sure, yeah. Either do command grabs or just like a pushback from just like or something like that. But looks like it's not working so far because Exander is looking really, really good with his good movement.
Yeah, finally able to actually do something with his soul charge. It's the first time I feel like, other than that one combo that he got in the first game, that didn't end up securing him the round. It's like the first time that Exander was able to use that kind of thing. But it looks like we're going into the exact same kind of vortex that Rikuto was. Rikuto not going for those unblockables anymore, ends up getting the command grab, and it's going to be one hit away. Ends up blocking the slow online low online. Not a lot of people can do that sort of thing. Rikuto trying to make the potential comeback as awkward as possible. Ends up teching into to give him like extra damage. I'm wondering if Rikuto's thinking about trying to potentially use the meter. Very, very swingy game right now. Oh, guesses wrong twice. Tried to duck the B, or tried to duck the A on the second one, and tried to sidestep the B on the first one. Armor.
Good round from Rikuto. It just started with a command throw into a 60 counter hit, into a command throw, into another counter hit. Just really shaking up his level, just really mixing it up. Just not letting Xander get a read on the next thing that Rikuto is going to do. Now he charged up his lethal hit from all the throw breaks, so we can see even more big damage coming soon. But that was a great sidestep into a 3B from Exander. Good whip punish, a lot of damage. He has an Oki. Cervantes does have a good Oki game, trying to work that guard gauge, but Rikuto's going to reset the situation with a soul charge, and we're going to get a counter soul charge from Exander.
That's gonna put Exander pretty heavily on the back. So he had to spend his Guard Crush and his bar to just get a solid combo in round. But he's got a whole other round to worry about. So he ends up getting that round. Now Rikuto's gonna have 2 full bars, and we saw this a lot last time we saw Rikuto in one of these online tournaments. Is that he would create this situation where his opponent what? Okay.
Sure, that happened. Yeah,
it's a real shame that I didn't get to see Rikuto's reaction when that. But he's still gonna have to deal with a lot of pressure and a lot of situations right here.
Oh, he tried to get the IGDR to get under the command throw, but it doesn't have 100% tech crouch. It was able to get thrown from that. Rikuto gets a great ring out from that command throw. Exander must be pretty upset right now because he must have read it. That's why he did the IGDR, but got grabbed out of it. Unfortunately, again, doesn't have the 100% tech crouch, but lucky break for Rikuto. Good match overall, but Rikuto does take it over Exander.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be pretty tough.
Oh, God! I guess the command throw just landed